Sorry about that. I know you heard the cats, and once again they are attacking the little one, so I don't know how to get them to stop. Anyway, the last two that I read were autobiographies. So the first one was This Is What America Looks Like, and that's by Ilhan Omar. And she's a congresswoman from Minnesota, but she's also a Somali refugee and she's Muslim. So hearing about her escape from the tribal wars in Somali and how she compared it to the tribal wars and genocide that were going on in Rwanda, and then coming here, escaping to America, and then trying to understand the American dream and how it was different than what they had all been told it could be like and what to expect and everything like that. And then she still found a community, something to fight for, and continues that fight as one of our congresswomen. It was a really great story. I didn't know a lot about her, and I had wanted to, so I finally read that, and I do recommend it. It's short, but it's good. And then the next one that I just finished, Finding Me by Viola Davis, and she is one of my favorite actresses, and so she narrates the audiobook herself, as did Ilhan Omar. So it was great to hear their words from their voices, and with Viola being such a fantastic actress, it just brought so much more to the story. And she had such a very hard childhood. So she does not shy away from a lot of that really traumatic stuff. So, a lot of racism that she was dealing with, as well as her father's alcoholism and domestic violence, sexual assault that she endured as a child, and just her journey, surviving that, learning, like the book says, to find herself, but to love herself, and to see herself as worthy and beautiful in a world that tells her that she's not continuously. And then you're rooting for her because you know that she makes it. If you watch any of her stuff, she's absolutely phenomenal as an actress, and so you know that she's gonna get there. But all that, the whole journey of how hard it is to get there, that what it takes, what she kept doing just to keep moving on and surviving, and how she was inspired by another Black actress, Cicely Tyson, which I plan to read her autobiography in the future. I was really sad when she passed, but on How to Get Away with Murder, which is Viola Davis's very popular TV show that she started, Cicely Tyson actually got to play her mother. And so it was really cool to see her having been inspired by her, and then being as important and popular as she was, to be able to then have Cicely work with her on this project, and be her mom, so that she could share with her the importance that she had in her life. And so reading about that was beautiful. But just how she describes what it takes to be an actor, and like a lot of people, whatever your thoughts are on Hollywood and stuff, I know it's a rough topic for some, especially with all this Epstein stuff going on. But the majority of working actors don't even make enough money for health insurance, and it's not that, anyone ever expects to like be this like elite rich Hollywood figure. Most of the time it's, their job just like any of ours, and they can't even afford to do it. And some of the choices that she had to make when she was a child, not only did she endure like the racism and the abuse and all that, but they lived in extreme poverty, and she was able to understand that as an adult, and know where she came from, but also channel a lot of that into the performances that she does, which is why she feels so authentic every time you're watching her in something. But during those times when she was working regularly and still couldn't afford, some bills or good food or healthcare and all that stuff, she had the groundwork of knowing that she could still survive, that she was could still do it because she did it for so much of her childhood. And it was just a phenomenal story, highlighting it. It would have been great for Women's History Month. It would have been great for Black History Month last month, but also is just a great reminder of how you don't know someone else's story. You look at someone and they're successful and you think that everything is good and great, and you don't know anything. And it's just a good reminder of that. But it's also just a really well written story, and very well performed, because it's her who's doing it. And so it had been on my list for a while, and I just was struggling trying to find things to read. So I thought I would read about people that I already know that I like, so that I could kind of like root for them in this world where so much is not going well, that you can see that where they already are, and it's going to be okay, no matter how hard that journey is to get there. And that's what I was getting out of Viola and Ilhan's story. So that's kind of what I've been reading this month, just to try to still be reading something, but trying to read things that don't take a whole lot of concentration, because I've been so distracted, but also just a lot of I still wanted there to be some kind of hope in the stuff I'm reading. So even though those things that were happening were horrific, like I said, you knew where they were going to end up, so you knew that they were going to be okay. And I guess I needed that, and that's why I was able to get through them, whereas I gave up on so many books so far that I tried and started and couldn't finish and couldn't get into. So I had a lot of DNFs this month, but some of them I will go back to when I'm in a better headspace. But at least those ones really grabbed me and got me through and got me to continue reading. So I do recommend them all, but I just, you got to make sure that you're in the mind space for some of them. Anyway, that's my monthly wrap up. It's not as long as usual. I am going to do separate ones. I do have one for my wrap up for the quarter one of Historathon, that I have a couple books to talk about. And then I did also read What Iranians Want, and I plan to read Reading in Lolita, and possibly one more this month if I'm able to get to it. So I want to do the Iranian ones separate, just because if you're like me and I want to continue learning about what's going on, but also understanding it. Those are great books. But also I feel really, like last year I actually read a lot of different Iranian books, whether it was from Iranian authors, that got me into wanting to read the Iranian history. So I have a lot of recommendations that I was going to do when I do that specifically Iranian cast But I wanted to separate those. So for the people who need the distraction or that just don't want to do that exploration yet or are not ready for that kind of content yet, you can just skip that video. That's why I'm doing it separately, so that you can come back to it when or if you want to, and it won't have to affect any of the other videos that I'm doing. So anyway, that's my monthly Women's History Month wrap up. Thank you. Happy reading, and be safe, be kind, and have a great day. Thank you.